Delay waiting for you this time round. I've got my overlay set up properly. So let's see how exHCL are going to stand this. Of course, Diamond Prox jungling this Maokai. Conventionally, oh, he missed the bush with his sapling. Interesting, but not too game breaking. He does still spot the members of exHCL waiting down there. Wanting to start at these rates, he wants to set up some saplings. Of course, 1 minute 5, they last 35 seconds. 1 minute 40, they'll die. Kill the race, he can go to blue buff very, very quickly. But exHCL do not want to make his life easy. He does drop another one just for early warning, and actually he's going to make his way to wolves instead, so he should be very safe indeed. He's got plenty of defense from his team. We've got Alex down on one side, Genja and Gosu Pepper down the other. Gosu Pepper's still in the game for now, but he can grab the wolves, grab the blue, and then make his way through the rest of the jungle. Nocturne, where are you going to start this time, Veggie? Because last time you stood around this part of the jungle, you actually went and started on your red buff.
Minions have spawned.
So, and this time it's going to be blue. Okay. Let's wait and watch. I mean, there's a chance he can go straight into red buff after his blue and find Diamond Prox. Whether that's actually going to be the case, I don't know. But we've got Darian taking the race. It should respawn by the time Diamond Prox gets there. Everybody kills them quick enough, but it also stops Yorick taking them, which we saw him try very briefly. Nice and safe start. Super A staying a long time actually to help out his jungler and blowing extra heal on Karthus because he was taking a tad too much poke, but you can afford to do that early on with Corki. He's a fairly safe laner, although he hasn't started Valkyrie, so he's going to find it a little bit tough to 2v1. He's going to miss about 3, 4, 5 CS until Soraka arrives. Gosu Pepper zoning him out for now. Wait and watch. We've got a ward from M5 at this red buff. There's the ping. So they can see Veggie. They see actually he's not doing red in those early levels. Low health warning coming out of Arcol already. Darian really getting aggressive up there. He's got spin, he's got his heal. He can get in there some big crits early on and just heal up what damage Arcol can return. Obviously in these early levels he doesn't have as many ghouls, he doesn't have as much mana, he can't spam them too much. Darian really making the most of that. Bullying him back, making him chug through these health potions. He's already used up 2. Darian on the other hand, he says he's done the same, so we'll see what that goes through if it's a bug, but either way, Moscow 5 are already about 100, nearly 200 gold in the lead, simply from this early CS where they've zoned Pookie style out the bottom lane. Although he's done a good job of catching up, even with starting Doran's Blade. 13 CS on each of them. Let's see. Alex is 19, Karthus 18. Fairly close, but not quite as punishing from the looks of it as Alex's Tryndamere. Kelleher seems to be having a little bit more fun, CSing as he goes. Darian is in a bit of a dangerous position. Of course, Argyle freezing that lane means he's left exposed. We do have Pookie forced to pop his summoner heal in the bot lane. Genja is low himself. Hasn't used his summoners up though. Pookie's got to be careful without those boots or health potions. He's going to be a little bit slower, especially with the blood boil up. And he's going to have the greatest sustain. He's got to wait for Soraka to get the heals out. The ignite goes down onto Genja. Pookie forced to Valkyrie away. Still got the heals from Soraka, but she's still early level. She's only level 2, so it's not too much coming from that. And the armor buff is only about 25 at this point. 50 bonus armor already at level 3. That's ridiculous numbers. Genja can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. He's still got his summoner heal up. And with Maokai, you're approaching top lane, but there's no way you can gank onto Arcor even with a double buff. Pookie's safe for now. I don't know. I want to see how Moscow 5 are going to play this. We do have Maokai in fact coming out to gank on the top lane. The ignite goes out, Arcor flashing on the tower. Darian picks up first blood. Diamond tanking the tower that whole time. Nicely done and coordinated. Darian was really, really low and he could not afford to take a single shot. Diamond went in, took the aggro, landed the snare and walked away. Stood right on the edge of this tower aggro range just until he couldn't do any more. 400 bonus gold for Darian. will help him out a lot. But Veggie red buff approaching from the river. Darian suspects it. Q goes out for movement speed. Darian still got his spin, and he does spin away very nicely, or very safely, shall we say. Spell shield went up, of course, for Nocturne before he went into the bush, so he didn't get slowed or slapped in the face from a Maokai. He was safe. He doesn't have to worry. Moscow 500 gold up, 1-0. This is more like it so far. Gosu Pepper staying in the game. And Kelever actually a long way back. CS in from max range with his lay waste as Alex really an aggressive. Wow, ripping apart that health bar. Landing a Q, landing a W. And up to 45 CS. It's only going to get a bigger gap. 45 to 39. Carter's dropped back behind his tower. In fact, going back to base. Means some free farm for Alex. 2 runs played and null magic mantle then. Darian up at level 5 and nearly level 6 as well as far as Arcos is concerned. Going to start bullying him about with that tower dive imminent, if you like, or the possibility of a tower dive being imminent with his ultimate. Wait and watch. We've still got Maokai. Still yet to see Nocturne really do much outside this jungle. He came and scared Darian away from top tower earlier. So, nothing more than that. He should hit 6 after camp or 2 in the jungle. And then we've got that Carthus ult, we've got that Nocturne ult. So much mobility and so much global damage. Moscow 5. You need to be careful they don't turn this around. It's not a huge lead. 600, 700, 800 gold at 7 minutes. It's obviously better than being behind, but it's not going to win you the game on its own. There's a lot of damage going out to Super Ace. Genja in fact deciding to fight Corki instead. Fairly even trade as far as it's going, but of course Soraka with her heals should be a little bit better to last. Gosu Pepper and Genja still Genja's base. Gosu Pepper has not based yet. And they should also be hitting 6 very soon. Darian a little bit low on the health, but with Arcro low on the mana, he should be okay to fight him for now. Wait and watch it. So Diamond procs jungling well. He's up to level 6, he's got his blue, no oracles yet, but we do have Nocturne approaching top lane from behind. He's got ult, he does go out just as Darian actually spins into Yorick. Perfect timing for Veggie. Ult goes out, Darian's been ignited, he starts auto attack down onto Nocturne. Carthus ult's channeling, it drops, Arcos gets ignited, but it's not going to be enough, and Darian will drop to 3 members of this exHCL lineup. And he's doing his best to harass Carthus. He does actually pop his ult and go in, he gets exhausted straight away. And as a result, the damage output is tiny, flashing off that last lay waste. He used up his ignite. Kelever, where are you off to? You going to base? I don't know, he's just going to stay on Wraiths from the looks of it. Alex has just been back, obviously. He's grabbed himself a Hextech Revolver. Going to be able to life steal up, or spell vamp up, ever so slightly. And it's not a fast process. And actually Kelever is going to go back, so Alex has got to be careful not to stay around too long. Gosu Pepper still not been back to base. Genja's been back again. Grabbed himself the beginnings of his zeal, which I'm intrigued by, as Gosu Pepper, as I say, gives him so much attack speed, and his Q gives him 10% increased at level 1. I'll wait and see how he goes with it and whether or not it works out. So, Darian is starting to lose these trades quite hard, in all honesty. He's got Merc Treads, he's got 2 Durans and some more health potions, but he's up 65 CS to 43, he just cannot get close to these minions at the moment. Arcol has enough mana regen, he's not far off his tier. And things are only going to get worse for Darian, but we do have a Diamond Procs double buffed approaching top lane. Arcol takes a snare, flashes maybe a little too early, knocked back. Darian really low, does have his ultimate again, targeting the right one, will follow him back to the tower, can't dive it, does get auto attack in, but Arcol's back up. Darian needs to spin away from that slow, Diamond should be safe, not enough damage on Yorick to do too much about this tree. And then it wears off. So Carthus was on his way up, but it's just too little too late. And he's only lost out a little bit more CS in mid lane to exHCL, who's up to 91 at 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Really, really strong. So good at CS, and I completely forgot to turn that off. There's exHCL toyed with the idea of dragging in. It was a wise idea to back out. Darien had left top lane, he would have come and joined them. Genja missing Gosu Pepper ever so slightly, but for now we're in 11 minutes in and Gosu Pepper's still in the game, so all is not lost. Moscow 5 can still salvage a point. And it's still very early days, but 2,000 gold near enough. It's a much stronger start for Moscow 5, even though Gosu Pepper didn't actually DC for the first 5, 6, 7 minutes. They weren't having they weren't having a bad start, they held it even. exHCL didn't run away with it until Gosu was gone. But this is still stronger as far as Moscow 5 are concerned. Especially from the red side, we've got Super Ace going low. Gosu Pepper did just channel his ult and get a lot out, forces the flash away, but the Carthus ult's coming down. Pepper will fall to the ignite, and actually, kill goes to Carthus. Genja can't see in that bush. Pookie will Valkyrie to safety. And this may open up the dragon for exHCL. Arco coming from top lane. Alex forced the lightning rush back under his tower. And he's taking a lot of lay wastes. If he comes in for this next fight, he's not going to leave it very well. He may even die. Kellever snared, knocked towards his team. Diamond Prox getting what harassment down he can. As they go, Alex, he gets exhausted as soon as he pops that ultimate. Damage output is nerfed incredibly. Veggie gets in and on the run. Diamond gets exhausted, so small damage output didn't do much. Darien is the next target. He pops his ultimate, chasing out a Pookie Star who will fall as soon as that ult runs out. Arco goes a little bit too close. Genja's just arrived, and he will pay for that with his life. And the dragon stayed up. Moscow 5 are here. They've got 4 members. They're still chasing down onto the Carthus, who executes under the tower. And Moscow 5, which, to be honest, a fight that didn't look too much in their favour, managed to pull out a win. 3 kills to 4, and they will grab a dragon because of it. exHCL played that nicely. He did die, which is a shame, but he got his ult off, he got the CC down, and got as far out towards the edge of the map as possible up on this side of the area. I don't know. I feel like exHCL could have played that a little bit better. We'll wait and see. Darien, he didn't even go back up for that fight. He went straight up to that top lane. Started healing up with his Q. His ult was up in 50 seconds. And when he does go back, he's carrying 800 guards, so he's going to finish his Zeal off for 1. I don't know, let's look at it. 4,000 gold for more or less everyone bar Gosu Pepper and the Moscow 5 lineup. Even Maokai sitting on nearly 4,000, whereas poor guys over at exHCL, 3,000 top, 3,000 jungle, 4,000 in mid, and 300 less for their AD carry as well. So Moscow 5 strong across the board, and more importantly, strong where it counts. Genja, all about keeping that Cogmore alive. Don't let anyone get to him. He will single-handedly win this game for Moscow 5 if he can get his full damage output out. And Diamond Prox is around here. For the moment, he's just clearing wards. It was a pink. He hasn't got oracles. He's not uncommon. Sorry, to see Maokai grab an oracles this early on. Diamond Prox content with pink wards. And they are looking to dive onto Yorick. Now, he's got ult, he hasn't got ignite, but he's got flash. Darien, with a red buff, is getting some big crits out with that Zeal, and they are going to go in, popping that ultimate to keep alive under the tower. Ult comes out from Nocturne, he comes to join the fray. Summoner heal goes off from Global heal goes off from Soraka. Darien on the rumble drops to the Carthus ult. Red buff not going to save you from that. Diamond Prox doing his best to get away. He does get slowed by the ghost of Yorick. As that times out, Nocturne realises he's not strong enough to take that fight, and with Cannon coming up from the river, he would have only paid for it with his life going down under that tower. So, 1-for-1 exchange again, Moscow 5. Is it worth it? Darien for Arkwell. Don't know. Arkwell is 1 and 4. Still worth plenty of gold. Darien 2 and 2. Wait and see. Bot lane certainly needs a helping hand. Genji and Gotu Pepper under that tower for a long time now. And ouch. $123 CS Genji, 130 CS Corki, and their tower's taking a fair beating too. It's not the end of the world if it dies. It means Genji can free farm further up here with some good creep control. It's global gold you don't really want to give to exHCL, especially when you're already 2,000, nearly 3,000 gold up. We'll wait and see. We've got the next dragon, not for another 2, 3, nearly 4 minutes. And at this point in the last game, we were nearly 16 kills up for exHCL, and they were about to take a Baron. It's already a better start.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
There we go. So Genji back to shop. Pookie returned to lane, and there's nothing they could do to stop that. But there's a Wriggles and a Zeal now. Kog'Maw. It's been a long time since anyone's done that build, but Genji was the first, I believe, the guy that crafted it out. And actually Pookie's going to chase down onto him. He's taking a lot of damage from behind. That rocket just missing. Summoner Hill and Flash are still up. Genji should be safe, providing he's on the ball. We do have Alex Ich fighting Kellever in the mid. The Ignite's been used. Alex ult's been used. That's going to be the end of the chase. The ult comes out from Karthus. Darien drops top lane. Alex will survive it. Diamond Prox is back up there again. They fought that 2v1 and Darien actually lost. So Arkwell not as weak as you may originally think. And actually Pookie Style and Super A is chasing Genji and Gosu Pepper back under these towers as well. Genji has used Summoner Hill now. 5 and 5, exHCL no means out of this game, and they'll close that gap down to 1,000 gold. They're going to take mid tower as well. We're going to get that lovely new announce message. A red team's turret has died or been killed.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I couldn't have got that more wrong. A red team's turret has been destroyed. So there we are. 2 turrets for exHCL, nothing for Moscow 5. Just the dragon. Kills are even. And they have lost their gold advantage in one swift fell swoop, back down to about 200 gold. So Genji peak warding and warding around dragon. We've got about 2 minutes till that respawns. Darien and Arkwell still top, so got a while. Darien's still trying to take that fight a little bit closer to his Phantom Dancer. Damage he takes every time he goes close to this Yorick. He's down to half health already. You cannot heal it up again quick enough. Very well played. Diamond Prox. He has now grabbed himself an Oracles. He's up to level 11. His ult's going to be a little bit stronger, and there's wards everywhere for Moscow 5. There you have every inch of this entrance to Dragon covered. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the pink one on Dragon. 5 wards and 1 at blue buff. Just keeping an eye on the area nearby. And there was a sapling there for good measure as well. But Super Ace goes and clears a lot of them out. Takes the free gold. Going to his own Oracle. Darien still top. Does not want to lose out on all this CS. Means Arkwell can come down. So we've got 5v4 for Moscow 5 already around the Dragon area. And exHCL has zoned him off. Nocturne comes out. Genji's really out of position. Forced to flash. He gets exhausted. Pookie's going to chase with his own flash. Genji needs to be careful. He's got no Summoner Hill and no flash. Now takes a rocket from the behind. Pookie grabs that kill. 6 kills to 5. And that should open Dragon up for exHCL. But for now they're going to keep poking. Darien has come to join the fray. They do spot these wards. Diamond takes it out. Actually gets a heal off that. I didn't realise his passive proc for it. But they get caught by that slow from Karthus. Gosu Pepper gets melted. Darien forced to flash over the walls to get out. Alex is still just trying to poke through the wall. Not really too much he's going to be able to do about it. And there is second dragon in the game going to exHCL, and they are now 2 kills up. This will put them in the gold lead. Darien pushed mid while they were doing all this, so they haven't lost completely, or lost out completely, sorry. They have by no means lost this game yet. This is still early days. Blue buff does get stolen by Darien. He spins out nicely, safely. Jesus Christ. Alex Hitch drops to Pookie style. The Carthus Assault goes out. Darien survives it. Alex is still fighting Soraka. He's got that blue buff and enough of a spell vamp to keep himself going, plus that Negatron's cloak. Don't know why I watched Darien. It's that old channel. Genja and Alex, you're going to shove the bot lane all the way up. It's only Super Rays defending the tower. They've got the damage, they've got the auto attacks, the wriggles, almost Phantom Dancer finished for Gosu Pepper. Not Gosu Pepper, sorry, Genja. There's Gosu Pepper, come to join the party. Blood bought off for good measure. And actually Alex is going to... No, he thought he was chasing us to Super Rays. But there he goes, bottom tower dies. Alex pushing those minion weapons as far as possible. And Darien is really not having fun in this top lane anymore. Every time he goes close to Arco, he gets ripped apart. There's just too much mana. Mana Moon finished up. Glacial Shroud complete. Darien gets ignited, forced to pop his ultimate to run out of it. And the Ignite will time out just in time. So, top lane well and truly in favour of Yorick. He actually pops his ultimate as well to try and shove down this tower. Diamond Proc shows up at the right second there. So it's safe for now. That does mean Yorick's ult's on cooldown for another 70 seconds. Not the longest cooldown in the game. But it does give Moscow 5 a small advantage and a slight tinkling like, we want to fight this. Just wait and watch. Gold lead is still in favour of exHCL for now, but it's only 600, and at 22 minutes of the game, 600 gold is minuscule. Alex gets ulted, he gets called in the slow from Caliver. Pops his own ult, the exhaust goes out very quickly, the fear's out, nice ult from Gosu Pepper keeping him safe as he flashes away. Veggie is now on the retreat. Gosu Pepper and Genja showing up to save Alex Hitch, actually turns it in favour of Moscow 5. Alex gets out on the smallest sliver of health. And Moscow 5 take these kills 7-7 and close the goal count up. So close all the way through, and now back into the lead thanks to Darien taking down top turret. And this time he's got... Oh, he has got ult again. There's no cooldown on Trinimero. What am I talking about? So, needs to be careful up against Arkwell, but he shouldn't be too worried. He's got plenty of escapes to get away from what is a very slow Gravedigger. 398 movement speed of 442. He may even bait this fight out. We've got Diamond Frox. Oh, he was coming up the river. He's rotated back to mid lane. One thing I have to give Carthus, Calivate's been doing a great job of exhausting Kennen every time that ultimate's been used. Regardless of where mid-dragon, every time that ult's been put up, he's also goes straight down on Alex Hitch. And Diamond Procs are clearing out a lot of wards here. exHCL has one there Veggie's just placed, probably from his wriggles, and a couple in their own jungle, but other than that they have very little idea of what's going on. And with Genja, Phantom Dancer complete, wriggles complete. He's reached that point now where he's going to start doing a lot of damage just from his W. He's currently sitting on a 1.3 attack speed with Gosu Pepper's not quite maxed out W. He'll start doing 1.5, maybe 1.8. Attacks a second. And exHCL rotate around. They want a third dragon. It's spawning soon. Darien's still in the top lane. Blue buff does get grabbed by Genja just before Veggie arrives. A couple of wards dropped. They didn't actually spot that one, but Super Rays goes in with his oracles just to be safe anyway. And Darien, Moscow 5 going to trade this dragon off for a top tower. It's not a bad trade. A tier 2 tower for a dragon, not the end of the world, but it has pulled exHCL back and away. Darien's recoiling, he should be fine. Yeah, there he goes. And actually Dragon is a while off yet, so exHCL a little bit keen on that timing. Much slower paced game to that first one. HCL, remember, if they win this, they'll take 3 points and go top of their group, as this is the only game played so far. And if Moscow 5 win it, they'll bring it back to a draw, 1 point each. And doing his best to see it. Got a BF sword up with his Phantom Dancer. 212 damage. And crits he's kicking out, we should see them in a minute. You get 442 crits per minion. And should he manage to land them, he's going to rip his way through the squishy little people like Pookie style. We'll wait and see. Neither team really looking for a fight yet. Clearing wards, they're keeping an eye on objectives. Dragon is up, blue buff is up for exHCL. I'm going to give it to him now, but blue buff Cogmore, not Pookie Stars, the most favourable matchup. Moscow 5 actually are coming in to steal this blue. They smite it out for Diamond Prox, who misses the bush with his ward. And now they're going to rotate around. I suspect a dragon. HCL are very much out of position. Moscow 5 can make a move in and grab that favourable stance. Really is a standoff. Moscow 5 may have lost their chance. They're now coming in from very different angles. Darien off to one side. exHCL on the dragon. Moscow 5 needs to make a move. Alex leading the charge. They do pull off the dragon. Should reset. Alex flashes in with his ult running. There's no exhaust. There's the exhaust. Ult comes out from Soraka. Alex is really low. Aggressive. Ever gets his ult channel. First death is Carthus. Then it goes with Ken and Darren's right in the back with his ultimate challenge. Carthus ult goes out. Doesn't actually hit Darren. He manages to flash, spin away and survive. Diamond Prox is the next target. Arcpoil still going with his own ghost up. Super Rays and Pookie Star are on the chase. Genja, wow, that Valkyrie gets him nice and close and in range. Pookie, wow, big one through the wall, land on Genja. And he can't quite get there with the passive. If that was a calculated big one, that was very well played by Pookie. I have a feeling though it may have been more luck than judgment. However, it was still blind. They couldn't see Genja through their wall, so landing it in the first place was a nice shot. It was still an even trade as far as the kills are concerned. We went from 7-7 to 10-10, but exHCL picked the dragon up. That's what the fight was about. That was the objective, and exHCL got it. And Moscow 5 keeping their 600 gold lead for now. A couple of bounties, some CS, and we'll give them that. But it keeps exHCL in this game. So let's wait and watch. Darien starting to farm up his Infinity Edge. He's got that pickaxe between 500s, 530s. Poor little minions. And Archon needs to be careful not to get caught out. There's not really too much damage here with just Ghost Pepper and Diamond Prox, but Alex was not far away. And as all he's got at the moment really is armour, Alex is just going to pain, or be a pain. Let's wait and watch. Now, 29 minutes, next objective that both teams must be thinking about is in their minds, of course, is Baron. They are strong enough to do it, especially Moscow 5 with the wriggles on Genja and just Darien's flat out damage. And they take down mid turret. That's all 3 outer turrets down for exHCL. Moscow 5 have a lot more vision now. Top tower still standing for them, of course. But as I was saying, Baron, that's the objective. That's a lot of gold. That's a lot of damage on everyone with the ability power, the attack damage, and the regen more than anything else. With this Cogmore, who's going to grab blue buff again, they can stay and poke forever if they had that Baron regen. But no one really wants to risk it. No one wants to try and bait that fight. And we're all just happy waiting, happy farming, getting these nice big numbers. We can check the overall gold, in fact, as well. So 9,800 Alex Ich, 9,300 Darien, 9,000 on both Diamond Prox and Genja. So Diamond Prox doing a great job in that jungle, getting his gold up just as high as AD carry. As you can see, Nocturne still farming his bottom lane, only just hit 7,000. So certainly lacking behind for now, but 8,000 on Arkwell. Top tower should drop. Darien probably won't be able to see. Oh, he is. Arkwell going to give it to him. But Carthus 9,500 gold really is quite strong as far as exHCL are concerned, and Corki 9,800 as well. So they have the gold on the ones that really matter. That's their damage output. Most ones you want to be rich with a Black Cleaver and a Trinity Force up. Corki's going to be doing a lot of damage. Intrigued by this Katie's lucky pick on Caliver. Not often you see a Deathfire after Carthus. It might just be for the GP5. But it's interesting. Something to keep an eye on. Diamond Prox? No, that's in the bush. That's alright then. Moscow 5 are still 2,000 gold up. They still have this top tower intact, just about. exHCL keeping their ward. Oracle's up, sorry. Diamond Prox, I believe, lost his in the last fight. I can't remember, but it is going to be a Baron attempt briefly for exHCL. Caliver takes a little bit too much poke from the rest of Moscow 5 to keep it going there. And suddenly Moscow 5 are on the offensive. Darien stealing the blue. They're keeping the chase on. Genja's ult, keeping an eye on this whole exHCL team. Caliver, wow, he's going really low. And that will be the end of Genja's chase. And that looks to be Moscow 5's call for Baron. They know Carthus is low. They know he doesn't want to fight, but they might actually keep him in. They've got a heal up from Soraka on him. And they're coming back. They've still got Arkwell's ult. He goes really too soon, gets bursted down. Caliver will drop. Yorick will drop. Super Rays will drop. And Moscow 5 are 5v2 really, really quickly. Nocturne falls. Triple kills for Darien. Caliver drops again after the ghost. Will go into passive form. And he's the only one standing, so technically an ace. There we go. Then his passive runs out. Goes Superba, chans the ult on Baron for free damage. Moscow 5, while they're all really low, most of that was just the AoE ult from Carthus. It was really bad focus from exHCL. Yorick went in way too soon. Carthus had no health. They both got blown up instantly by Kennen ultimate before he could get exhausted. And Moscow 5 with a triple kill on Tryndamere, who does have a finished Infinity Edge. I would not be surprised if I don't see them get an inhibitor here. We've got Darien pushing top lane to split some people up. We've got Genja and Alex Ich ripping through these mid towers. And the team's turret has been destroyed. Let's see what this turret does. We do have Super Rays and Carthus up, and we may have to back out here. Diamond Prox, Genja and Alex Ich, not enough to get an inhibitor. Darien will grab a top one. So 6 turrets to 2. Baron gold, Baron buff. Moscow 5 suddenly 8,000 gold in the lead, looking much more convincing than they were at this point. Well, at this point in the last game, the game was over. So at this point 5 minutes ago, this game could have gone either way. That may have been all they can do. All she wrote for exHCL. We'll see. Maybe they can pull this next fight off better. Maybe Moscow 5 would screw up something or something close to that. Not the greatest fight at all. Wait and see. 15 to 10. 980 crits coming out of Darien. We've got a Bloodthirster on top. He just went back and bought that Bloodthirster outright. After that Baron fight, he got that triple kill. He got the tower top. They got 2 in mid. They got the Baron. And he bought a Bloodthirster complete. So much damage on Tryndamere. And they're going to get a dragon. There is nothing that exHCL can even think about doing to stop this dragon. 370 damage, Tryndamere. Then exHCL are just going to have to sit back, look after their base. They're going to lose this tier 2 turret. They're going to try and defend it, going to try and siege it. But Darien looks like he's just going to push mid the whole time. So if they leave mid, Darien's going to get an inhib. If they leave bottom, they're going to lose this tower. And tower is the first one to fall.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
7-2. Moscow 5 still shoving up this bottom lane. We've split the entire exHCL team in two, just thanks to Darian in mid. There is 5 members now coming down to this bottom lane. Fear goes down to Alex, but it won't proc. Moscow 5 aren't too fussed. They've got that regen. They're going to rotate to mid. Darian has started to beat away on this inhibitor. Gets it down by about a third. The rest of Moscow 5 rotate back to bottom lane. Arkwell takes a massive amount of damage. Darian is chasing in onto Karthus. He still falls despite the Soraka ult. The Ignite too strong. Arkwell will drop down as Alex goes in. There's no exhaust. Alex finally falls. Not before he finishes taking off Nocturne. Darian finishes down Corky. Alex is the only member of Moscow 5 to die. They take down the mid inhibitors exposed. And I think you'll find Moscow 5 are going to end it here. Yeah, wards come out from Genja. Wards come out from Ghostu Pepper. 1,000 damage crits from Darian. Ghostu going to spam his ult, just get rid of the minions. First tower drops, second tower drops. And Moscow 5 even things up. 1-1 to take 1 point each in our first group stage match.
Victory!
So, congratulations Moscow 5. So despite some connection issues from Ghostu Pepper in that first round, they managed to, or first game, sorry, they managed to turn it around, pull it back, and the second one. So, we'll be back very shortly with the next game, which I'm sure you just saw pop up on my screen. ESC versus Na'Vi. We'll grab an interview with those players very shortly. Run some quick adverts, and we will see you. I'm gonna guess about 2 or 3 minutes time.